When this context, that's always a tragedy. But for some people, the nightmare never ends because there are no answers. How? Why? Who? Is my child still alive? How did my husband die? Today we're going to try and bring people some closure and try and get them some answers that they so desperately seek. So when all else fails, we have brought world-renowned psychic Dorothy Allison to the show today. Please welcome Dorothy Allison. Darthy has worked with police departments across the country for 30 years. We're very proud of her work. She has solved missing persons and murder cases and has the most amazing track record. When did you know there was something unusual about you?
I knew it when I was little, but then at 14 I had a premonition that my dad would die, and he was only 50, never sick a day in his life, but he got a cough, and he was brought to the hospital, you know, just to get a checkup. They said we're keeping him for 10 days. When he was there, he went to get out of the bed to go to the bathroom. He didn't want to bother the nurses. He fell off the bed, he broke his 2 legs and his 2 hips and died 2 weeks later.
Wow. And you?
I saw that.
She saw it. How many cases have you solved?
I've done over 5,000, and I've got 20 albums that thick.
Isn't that an amazing record, 5,000? Now, what she does is she puts an inordinate amount of time and research into every case. I'm going to ask you to stay with us during the hour, see if you can help give any clue or any lead, and if you have an answer, well, so much the better, about what happened to them and to their loved ones. We'd like you to meet Danielle and her mother, Jacqueline. 8 months ago, Jacqueline's 17-year-old daughter died after being stabbed 50 times. Jacqueline and Danielle told us that there's absolutely no answer, no reason, no rhyme to any of this whatsoever. And having looked at the case, none of it makes sense at all. Obviously, they can't rest till they know what happened and why. Before we talk about the day, tell me about her. This is not somebody who had enemies.
No, she didn't.
17 years old.
No.
Involved with anyone?
No, she
Drugs?
was dating. No. There were a lot of girls that were jealous of her because she was so pretty and so full of fun.
But nothing that was beyond a teenage type of thing?
Nothing.
Now, Danielle, your mother had to move and your sister lived with you for a while.
Yeah.
Till mother got settled.
Yeah.
Then she went back to live with her mother a few months before she was murdered, but she stayed with you. While she was with you, did she encounter any enemies, anything?
No. She went out with her best friend, April. She loved everybody.
And just as she comes to live with you, a terrible thing happens. What?
My husband died less than 3 weeks after she came. And she and I both were very bothered by it. And we both were just starting to feel human again and starting to come out of the sadness and depression.
But it made you closer, the two of you.
Yeah, in fact, just a week or so before she was murdered, she saw this commercial on television about a mom and a teenage daughter. And it was like, well, we're in this together. And she says, Mom, that's us. We're in this together.
Recovering from grief.
Yeah.
You were the one who found your daughter the night she was murdered. That's where, this is the important part. Take us back over everything you can possibly remember.
It was Martin Luther King's birthday on January 20th. And so she didn't go to school that day. So I went to work and I came home for just an hour. And I brought her McDonald's and donuts. And when I went to go to work, she just hugged me and kissed me and told me that she loved me.
Which was good, but that's not unusual for her.
No.
You were between shifts and you told her you'd come home with a movie that night for her.
I don't know if I told her about the movie, but I did stop to get a movie for her, a couple of them for her and I.
You stopped to get a movie, you came home, and you saw some blood. When you came home, anything unusual about the house at all when you
When
pulled
I
in?
first came home, the door was locked because the driveway's for the kitchen, and I came in and sat down at my desk. Oh, I let the dogs out of their kennels, which was usual because one would eat faster than the other, so we had to separate them. And then I went to my desk and did the bills that I needed to, and I went and let the dogs out, and I was standing in the kitchen looking at the videos, and I saw blood on the floor, a lot of blood, large spots of blood. And so I thought she had cut herself. So I started upstairs calling out her name, and I saw the front door ajar. So I thought she must have ran next door to the neighbor for help. So I went to the neighbor, and I wasn't getting an answer, so I thought they must have gone down to the emergency room at the hospital close to us.
You also saw her bedroom light on.
Yeah, and that's when I saw her bedroom
You
light on.
looked up and you saw the bedroom light.
And something told me, and I'm sure it was her, that she's up there. So instead of calling the emergency room, I went upstairs and I saw blood going up the stairway. And I looked in her room and I saw a lot of blood in an area, and I bent down and I was trying to just figure it out, what was going on. I looked over and I saw this 8-inch knife blade sticking in her head.
Where was she?
She was on her bedroom floor.
Face down?
Yeah.
On her bedroom floor, face down.
Yeah.
With a knife.
Yeah, and I got up because I was bending down. I got up and I looked and I saw her hands, and they were just full of blood. And that's when I went to check to see if I could save her. And she was cold.
Now you say that you eventually went through everything. There is no clue. What did the police give you time of death?
No, they
No.
won't even tell me that.
Did they give you an autopsy?
No, they won't release it.
They won't
It's an
release an
ongoing
autopsy, won't give you
They
time
won't
of
do that.
death. What do they say? What do they possibly tell you?
They don't really tell me anything. They told me once that they had ran out of all leads.
That they hit a brick wall.
So I had
They
gone.
say they've hit a brick wall.
I asked them, I said, well, just be honest with me. Have you hit the brick wall? And they said, yeah, we've ran out of leads. And no one would tell me that until I called and said. So I gave them leads, ones that we got from Denver and Kansas City.
What kind of leads?
A letter that was written about. I've had to do a lot of this on my own, and I've been in the psychic community for years, and several psychics got together and gave me some clues. And
What
then,
were the clues the psychics gave you?
they gave me description of the killers,
Okay.
the people that were there. They told me how many. They told me that one of her shirts were missing.
Her shirts.
Yeah, because they put it on to cover their blood.
Was it true?
They
One
said
of her
leather
shirts?
jackets.
Yes, we have her shirt missing. Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting.
We
You-
traced that down from another psychic told me a color of a shirt that kept appearing, and so I asked Danielle if she had it.
You
She
say
didn't.
you felt her around you and smelled her perfume since her death. Is that
Yeah.
true? You say you're afraid to walk into your house.
Oh,
I
yeah.
would think I would be too.
Before-
These are pictures of her, and what
This
else?
is the one that I have by my nightstand. It's the first thing I see in the morning and the last thing I see at night.
Are you worried that whoever was there will come back?
Yeah, I sleep with lights on through the house, which I never did before. I look in my house before I go in through a window, and when I come in, I look to see if my animals are alive or dead.
I can understand.
And I've never done that before, and I look around to see if anything's been moved, or, I keep looking at the front door to see if it's locked.
It is so senseless, Dorothy.
I
I mean,
know.
there's nobody in the neighborhood. There's no one. Did he get back to her? What have you found out?
I'll tell you what I found out. First of all, everybody
hon.
always looks for, did she have a problem? This is a friend who did this to her. He's related to a dentist. I gave you the dentist name here that you have to look for. I gave you the street that I think he lives on. If you want to see that.
Because you know this person?
No.
We won't mention the name, but
Okay.
I'm going to give you a list here. You're going to bring it to your police and tell them this is what I see.
But I call the police, and they won't do anything. They don't do anything
But somebody
other than
here
leave it
is,
on someone's desk.
someone is coming from the outside now into their department. They won't like that too much, but I wouldn't care. I'd holler and scream till they read these notes.
In your mind, what happened?
What happened? First of all, she did expect this person. The person got in touch with her and told him that he was coming over. She was not afraid of this person, not at all. And then he tried to, make love to her and do what he wanted to do, and she refused. And this created a big argument. So he stabbed her.
In a fit of rage.
In a fit of rage. He didn't get what he
Then
wanted.
took the shirt?
Well, I don't know about taking the shirt. That was
don't
some
know.
other psychic that said that. Not me.
Okay.
Outside of the shirt that he wiped his hands on.
Was there more than one person?
No, I get one person. I
One
don't get
person.
more than. Well, you have a name here.
Okay, we're
Can I
going to give you
other
the
than-
name, and you follow it through. If
Oh,
they
yes.
don't follow it through,
Look in your phone book,
you
I
follow
will
it through
follow it
and see if
through.
you can find that name. We'll be right back.
and then call the FBI.
He was just twice as big as me, and he duct taped my eyes and my arms behind me. I thought I was gonna die.
If you're watching Nosey, you're getting the drama. But on YouTube, you're part of the family.
Become a Nosey neighbor, and you'll get things like exclusive, never-seen bonus videos, uncensored and ad-free. Welcome to the neighborhood.
Join now for exclusive content.
Today, we're talking to people who, when all else fails, okay? When all else fails, it's world-renowned psychic Dorothy Allison, who's here to help bring answers to people solving and trying to solve themselves an unsolved mystery. This is Nicole. Now, in Nicole's story, there are many more clues. Am I right, Darthy?
Yeah.
Many more clues. Mm-hmm. What happened to her is just terrible. A few months ago, she was kidnapped at gunpoint and raped. Since then, naturally, she lives in constant fear. You see, she doesn't know who did this to her or if the person will come back and do it again. Let's go over that day, Nicole, no matter how difficult I know this is. You're married and you have now an 18-month-old son.
Yes.
And this was your son's first birthday, February 13th,
Yes.
1997. It was not a particularly good day because a friend of yours had just died in a car crash, right?
Yes.
And you weren't feeling too swift, and your boss walked you to your van
Yes.
to say goodbye so you could come home and celebrate your son's first birthday. Were all the windows closed in the van?
Yes. And it
Had you
was
started?
locked.
And it was locked. The car was locked
Yes.
and the windows were closed.
Yes.
You got into the car. Did you open the windows?
No.
But you started to smell something weird.
I started to drive home, and then I smelled it again, and it was really strong. It was like, it's like really bad breath. And there was a man in my van with a ski mask on, and
In the back seat.
I assume he was right behind my seat. That's why I didn't see him when I turned around.
He had been hiding down on the floor, Nicole?
Yes.
Okay, and he popped up, and he had a ski mask on. He put the gun to your head.
Yes.
And he grabbed you while you were driving.
Yes.
What did he do?
He told me that he just wanted the van and for me to drive down to the street. And he had me stop the van, and he duct taped my eyes and my arms behind me.
He got out, came around to your side. I know this is hard, darling. And he duct taped your eyes shut. Did you see what height the man was?
I didn't see anything. All I know is he had a southern accent, and that's all.
But you didn't see what color the ski mask was or what size the man was?
The ski mask was black, and he was just twice as big as me. I don't know how big he was. He drove around to confuse me, and then he drove me to the desert, and he raped me.
What did you think while this was going on?
I thought I was gonna die.
After he raped you, tell me what he did.
Well, he had rubber gloves on. He raped me, and then he wiped me down with baby wipes. And he put my clothes back on.
Did he have the baby wipes with him, or were they in the car?
He had them with him.
He brought those baby wipes
Yes.
to the car. Okay.
Yes.
When he then dropped you off, did he take the blindfold off?
No.
Where did he put you?
He drove me to a neighborhood, and he helped me out of the van. And he told me not to take the tape off my eyes until he left. So when I heard that he'd left, I ripped the tape off, and I looked around to see if I knew where I was. I didn't know where I was, but I ran to the closest house that I saw.
Did you see in the car departing?
No, but when he taped my eyes, I could see just a little down here, so I know the van he was driving was maroon.
Maroon.
Yes.
So he was in his van.
Yes.
Did you go right then to the hospital?
Yes.
Did they find any semen?
No.
Why did they not find semen?
Because he put a condom on. He was raping me, and then in the middle of it, he put a condom on.
And there had been no ejaculation at all? No.
No.
Semen? Nothing?
No.
Was there anything on any of your clothes?
No.
Did they do a thorough job? Are you convinced they did a thorough job of
Yes.
looking through your clothes and everything?
Yes.
You say while you were going through this, you couldn't stop thinking about your son.
Yes. I just thought that for the rest of his life, he would know that his mom was raped and murdered on his birthday.
Right. Tell me what the detectives and investigators have found, Nicole.
Nothing.
Nothing?
Nothing. They say that they think he was a serial rapist because of all the things he did.
He shaved his pubic hair, right?
I think so.
If he hadn't, there would have been traces of pubic hair, correct?
Yes.
But they think he's a serial rapist. Was there anyone else raped in that area?
I don't know.
You live in fear every day of your life
Yes.
that he will come back.
Yes.
The stress is enormous. Tell me what you do because of the stress.
Well, I did this to my face.
What do you do to your face?
I scratched it.
And you feel suicidal. Do you work anymore?
No, I don't want a job.
You don't leave the house?
No, not unless I'm with someone. I can't drive alone.
And your husband? Is it causing problems in the marriage?
Well, we fight a lot, and he's very supportive, but I'm so upset all the time, and he doesn't know what to do.
You say you feel guilty. Why?
I feel guilty because I didn't fight, or I didn't scream, and I never said no.
But you know that maybe that was not the worst thing to do. Maybe that was the right thing to do. Right?
Yeah.
Dorothy, is there anything you can do to help poor Nicole from living
Yes.
in the fear that she's
Well,
living?
I've given her a name also that she can give to the police of who I think did this. Another thing, I get the feeling of you being in a bank. This is before this rape thing happened to you. Something near a bank, something in a bank, because this is where he first sees you. He follows
Is your
you to work.
office near a bank? Do you live near a bank?
No.
I get a bank involved. We'll find out later what that is. All right, but another thing, he did some air conditioning work. Can you know of anybody that did any air conditioning work at your office?
No.
Well, all right, this is what he does, all right? And he also works for the telephone company occasionally. He has a couple of jobs. I put down here, because you told me he brought the baby wipes with you, and I wrote down, even though he did rape you, he's not a dirty person. You wouldn't suspect this man as being dirty at all. I wrote that on the paper.
But
and actually, he's cleaning you after the act, which is guilt on his part as much as on yours, whether you know it or not.
why? But it's premeditated.
Yes,
if
but then
he's bringing baby wipes, unless
Exactly.
he always carries them, it's premeditated.
He has that for himself. I told you he's not a dirty person. He thinks
Is
he's
he-
one of these clean freaks that has to keep wiping.
Is he someone who
that
lives
part.
in the area?
I believe that he lives close by, but I have his name here. If you can give
Where'd
that
you get a name?
out of my head, like I do all the time. As I do this, I try to picture what a man looks like. The first thing I try to get is a name. And I don't know if you remember it, this young girl was killed in Colorado. On the phone, I gave the police the name of the killer. It took them 2 years to find out where he was. I told them all about him, his background. Mainly, I gave his name. And I don't know, lately names come to me, and if it helps you, I'm happy for you. He's not going to come back to you again. He'll try this on some other girl, probably. But he doesn't know what he is. He doesn't know his sexuality, really. He has a bad problem, this fellow.
But he's
And-
not going to come near her.
No, he's not
again.
going to come near her anymore. No, he wouldn't dare. He's not going to take the chance that you may know. And it is a terrible experience, but understand, he's a sicko, as you can see. He brings baby wipes.
We'll be right back.
These are all our notes, telephone numbers. These are just all emails and faxes that we've had in the 3 months.
I believe there was foul play.
Darthy, you know, it's just that when you say you get a name, I apologize, but I mean, I can't do things like that. So I don't know. You know,
I don't
when you
know.
say-
I honestly don't know how it happens, especially if I see the child's picture. I think I become so agitated that somebody did such a wrong. And I say, God, give me an answer. I don't care how you get. I'll take it in any form, any answer.
And so that's
And
what
all of
makes
a
you-
sudden, I see names attached to the people.
We need some help with the next case. This is Debbie. Now, this is just 12 weeks ago. 2.5 months ago, her 18-year-old daughter, Kristen, vanished without a trace. She had been spending the summer in San Francisco as part of her college design program.
That's right.
Okay. And you told us that you really didn't want her to go on this trip. She was going on a trip.
Yes, it was a trip of her own design. The professors at the university encouraged the scholar students to design their own summer programs to get real-life experiences in the real world. And she had designed this program, had written it up, and it was approved and encouraged by her professors. And when she came to tell us about, my husband and I, about her trip, I had a bad feeling about it, a worried feeling.
And then you got a call that changed your life forever. What happened?
Well, a girlfriend of Kristen's wanted to go visit her in San Francisco and had made plans to do that. And she couldn't reach Kristen, so she called me to find out what her schedule was. And I tried to call her at the house where she was living and only got the answering machine. And at that point, I was very worried because I couldn't reach her housemates. So my husband emailed the housemate, and they told us that she had been missing for a couple of days, and they were also worried.
So her housemates just email you back, girl missing for a few days. You got on a plane immediately with your husband. You went to San Francisco. You searched day and night for 2 weeks. You never stopped for lunch. In fact, you wore out your sneakers. You walked so much. You had detectives, private investigators, and psychics working with you. You had bloodhounds.
That's right.
You tried to follow her scent.
And they did pick up her scent.
They picked it up.
They picked up her scent.
Now, what we know is she went to work with her backpack. After work, she got on the bus and headed for the beach. Someone at work told her how to get there. She was seen at the beach by anyone?
Not that we know of, no.
Not seen at the beach.
But she must have been there.
Seen getting, then how do we know she arrived there?
Well, the dogs picked up her scent at Spinelli's coffee shop to the 38 Geary bus that she took to the beach. They picked up the scent at the beach.
A dog can get on a bus, determine that somebody was there, and know that the person got off?
Even days and weeks later, it's amazing.
I didn't know that dogs could do that. What are all these papers in this red book?
These are all our notes, telephone numbers. These are just all emails and faxes that we've had in the 3 months, important phone numbers and notes that I've taken.
Did she belong to any kind of gangs?
No.
Drugs involved? Well, you
No.
just have to ask this. Drugs involved?
No.
No. Enemies that you know of?
No.
What
No
else?
boyfriend out there.
No boyfriend, no...
I get her going to the beach. I get her going to Land Ends Beach. But you know, I got names here for you too. I got 3 names for you that you can check out. But she and her friend decided to go to a gay bar. I don't know if you're familiar with that. They just went there for...
At nighttime or daytime?
I get it at night, but then they go back to the beach after they leave the gay bar. She went there to... I don't know if I should say curiosity seeker or something, but she was with another friend. I got the name written down here. And find out about that. I would search for her at that Land's End Beach if it was me. This is where I
Where on the beach?
Well, I'd have to be there to go and find it because I see that they're not finding it. There are search and seizure dogs. And remember, some of them even go in the water. They're so great. But I would bring the dogs back there again.
Did she go with the friend?
I got the
male or
names here.
female? The friend.
I get one male here.
There was a male homosexual that she worked with.
Exactly. Well, I said the gay bar.
You don't believe she's alive?
I believe there was foul play. I want to look for her alive. I never like to look for people and say they're dead. I think that's such a cruel thing to do.
What do the
Let
police
us go
say?
look for her.
What do the police say?
Period.
They list her at risk. We really don't have any leads.
None, no leads at all. The police say no leads. And you've done all this work. Every night this family says this special prayer. So as we go to a break, a commercial break, we'd like you to know what it is that they say. We'll be right back. Jennifer survived a fatal car crash that killed her best friend, Bree, in February.
If Bree was so wonderful, why did she die and I didn't go with her if we went everywhere together? And what was our purpose? Like, what is my purpose if she's not here?
This is 16-year-old Jennifer. Jennifer survived a fatal car crash that killed her best friend, Bree, in February. She says she feels that part of her died along with her friend, and she wonders how she'll ever be able to go on in life without her friend. She wrote us a letter. I'd like you to hear the letter that Jennifer wrote to us.
Dear Sally, hello, my name is Jennifer and I am a 16-year-old. I am writing to you to ask a huge favor. On February 15th, 1997, my best friend and I were in a horrible car accident and Bree died. She was the light of my life and we were inseparable, and I thought we'd be together forever. Everyone tells me to keep going on in my life, but it is very hard. I've come to the decision to help myself keep going on, to do things she wanted us to do. But I need to know if this is what she would want. I must ask the psychic if she's okay and what Bree wants from me now that she's gone. I want to make her proud. Thank you. Love, Jennifer.
Jennifer, are you an only child?
Yes.
And you and Bree were like sisters. I can understand that. And you planned your life together. You were going to go to the same college, live near each other, get married, and bring those two families up together. It was Valentine's Day. Tell me what happened.
Well, Bree and we didn't have school that day, so we got together, and I went to her house, and we went to a store nearby, and we bought each other like Valentine's Day cards and little gifts, and so we were just deciding to go out, and we met up with friends and decided let's not go out with them, and met up with some other people that were Bree's old friends that I had never met before, and so we went out, and we went to their house, and we had fallen asleep watching a movie, and by the time I woke up, it was like 4:30 in the morning, and we had to get home because we both had to be at work. And so we went to Bree's house, and I packed my bags. Well, she went to sleep for about an hour, and we got up, and we left her house, and we were driving, and I remember I was falling asleep, and she's like, I'm so tired, I have to turn around. And I was like, okay, I was too sleepy to notice. And she turned around, and I went back to sleep, and when I opened my eyes, we were on the right-hand side of the road, and I saw us going off the white line, and I just screamed her name. I was like, Bree, and I blacked out. And I remember I felt the car, like, moving. And when I opened my eyes, we were upside down in a ditch in water, and there was just blood coming from Bree's mouth and her nose. And I just kept screaming at her, and she didn't say anything to me. And it took me a while. I got out of the car and I ran to the house next door, and no one would come to the door. And I went and I got a truck with a cellular phone, and they called 911. And I went down into the ditch, and I just held her hand, and dirt blew right there. And I told her how much I loved her, and she was my best friend. And she just died. And nobody told me she died. They told me she was alive when I went to the hospital.
They didn't tell you she was dead?
Because they knew I probably wouldn't cooperate with them.
Who told you that she died?
My parents and one of the doctors there.
And you said, I want to die so that I can be with her, right?
Yeah, I mean, she was my life, and, wherever Bree went, Jenny went, and that's all there was to it. That's all I wanted, to be with her. And it's so hard.
Now, this is a different kind of a thing, because we're not looking for someone that's missing. You're here today because you say that you have questions for Bree that have to be answered in order for you to be able to go on. So what do you want to know, darling, from Darthy?
Why, if Bree was so wonderful, why did she die and I didn't go with her if we went everywhere together? And what was our purpose? Like, what is my purpose if she's not here? What am I supposed to do?
Well, all right, let's take Princess Diana. Now, you've got a very good thing here. 3 people died in that crash. She's the mother of 2 children. Why? Why must they be without their mother? There was a car accident because I believe that we're all destined to leave this earth at a certain time. And I'm sure that they feel just as bad as you do about Bree, but yet their life has to go on and so must yours. First of all, Bree would not want you crying all the time for her. She would like you to do something about it. In other words, you can tell other kids about, God, if you're tired, don't drive that car. There's so many good things you're going to do. And believe me, starting very shortly, you're going to change, you're going to help people out. And once you do that, Bree is where she had to be, because whether she was in that car or not, she would have died. I want you to know this. Her time was up now. Life goes on for her in another place, but life does go on. I believe that because this is how I find dead people. This is how I find criminals, because the dead people are telling me something. I'll tell you how you know if a dead person is really in a room with you, and this has worked so many times with me. I've had people in the house with me, and I would say, it's a very cold feeling. No windows are open, but all of a sudden you feel a cold breeze. You don't know where it's coming from, and that person tells you something.
We'll be right back. It's every mother's nightmare. You go outside to tell your son dinner's ready and there is no child. He was nowhere to be found.
Somehow, he was taken to a place called Clear Lake. There's like these caves here or something.
Yes.
As I said, there are things that are never going to go away, are never going to leave you. That's true for Jackie. She says her world crumbled 5 years ago when her 6-year-old son, Daniel, went out to play in the yard and didn't come home. Now, Jackie has not given up hope and feels in her heart that her son, who would now be 11, is still alive. She's devoted her life to finding her son and will not rest until he is back with her. Take me back to the day he disappeared. You were in the kitchen. I'll help you with this. It was December 1st, 1992. You had a 6-year-old. He left the front door of your home and you were in the kitchen cooking dinner, and it was about 4:30 at night. Good. You went out to play and you went to tell him dinner was ready.
Right.
And it's every mother's nightmare. You go outside to tell your son dinner's ready and there is no child. He was nowhere to be found. Are there any clues or leads as to what happened? Did anyone see him playing?
There was a couple construction workers down the street that had said they saw him earlier that day. But
not in the afternoon.
But when I went out to search for him, I talked to him, and they hadn't seen him within the last 30 minutes or so. I'd seen him since they had.
You just searched everywhere.
Yes, I even got in my car and drove around the block calling for him at one point.
And in the days that ensued, you searched and you searched.
Yeah, they had over 250 search and rescue workers with their dogs searching all around the area.
And no clue.
Not a shoe. I want him back. I want to take care of him. I know that.
What do you think in your heart happened to him?
I think that possibly somebody picked him up that knew somebody that wanted a son, or sold him.
There were 2 people involved, and it's like a kidnap. I don't get it just picking up a kid like that. I feel they're religious freaks, and somehow he was taken to a place called Clear Lake. There's like these caves here or something.
Yes.
Is there a Clear Lake? Or?
Yes, there's a Clear Lake.
Well, I
about
gave you
100 miles
names.
from my
I got
place.
names for you, and we shall give them to the police and see. Because one is an alias, but that doesn't matter. I got the other name here. But it's that Clear Lake is where I would search.
Okay, we'll be right back. Really enjoyed having you with us, and perhaps next time that you're with us, you all can give us a tap on the website and come, and you'll be here and you'll sit with us, okay? So see you next time. Thank you, guys.